Hello everybody and welcome to a Spotlights on Original Journey. Is this an original journey or is this some kind of rip-off of, well, anything? Last week we had a look at a real good like Zelda rip-off fan game clone thingy. Today we're gonna look at a more original game, which is Original Story. I've played a little bit, just really went through the tutorial, and I think I'm ready to go into the game itself. What this game is a 2D shoot 'em up kind of thingy-majiggy. Best way to show you is just to, well, show you rather than tell you. So you've got a lot of different kind of weapons, especially later on in the game. Right now I've got 3, which are a like rocket launcher, grenade launcher type of thing, and a shotgun, which is the 2 I have equipped. I also have a machine gun. You can have 2 guns equipped at any given time, which of course makes for some possibly interesting combinations. It seems like shotgun and this thing is a good combination because this has no real feedback, whereas the machine gun also fires quickly, but its projectiles are much smaller. It does fire more quickly, admittedly. But it also gives you some pushback, some feedback. And as you can see, the shotgun does have some feedback, but deals amazing damage. And so far this game isn't too difficult, but I can see this becoming way more difficult later on. And after every single time, you get picked up to get sent to the next stage until you're like, actually, I want to retreat and go back to the base. And that's everything there is to the game, really. Sometimes you get some extra options like look for supplies, which, let's see what it gives us. This gave us some weapon components, and I think that heals us because it has a plus on it. And then we can get picked up and continue on our journey again. And that's pretty much the basic flow of the game. Might sound repetitive, I can see this being a lot of fun actually, since there is a lot of different kind of weapons. I mean, I have only unlocked a small section, but I have seen the roster of things that you can unlock, which means I have seen the spots for them, not the actual weapons yet. But I can imagine there being a bunch of cool weapons later on in the game, and having to pick only 2 at any given time. If you know what you're up against, that could lead to some very interesting strategies as well. And this seems like it was a boss fight of some sort. Not even mentioning the fact that we're doing a difficult fight while doing it. Which goes to show how easy this game is so far, at least. I, again, can imagine and do imagine that it probably will get a lot more difficult as we go along. Like the spikes, which I can't stand on apparently. But I can destroy them with my shotgun. I can destroy them with either gun. That's good. As you can see, I'm getting a lot more damage now already. Oh my god. That shit gives me a lot of crystals. Crystals are your currency, by the way. You use those to get new armor, new weapons, new everything. There's also a leveling system. I hope we do level up soon, because I think that influences at least your HP and probably your damage and also defenses. Taking quite a bit of damage so far, but oh, I'm somewhere with a lot of turrets now, so I'm good. These turrets are pretty much just free damage, and after the round I think I can recycle them for some scrap metal. Or some crystals, I am not entirely sure. But I think we're gonna find out soon. You see, while I'm annihilating everything on one side, the other side is at least getting softened up. Those turrets aren't ever going to clear the stage for you, but they're softening things up for you to make it easier when you actually get around to them. So now that the round is over, I can recycle them into something rather. I think I can also manually put some down at the beginning of or during any given stage. A lovely race. Let's see what a race is. I know what it is. You walk up to this guy and he's like, oh, you want to race me? If you're faster than me, I'll give you good stuff. If you're not fast enough, I'll fucking eat you. Let's see the rules. Listen, I didn't see the rules last time. There's a race. Even brainless vegetable can understand it. Right, however, make platform to the far right wins. So the person who firstly gets there wins the race. Don't worry, he's not actually going to eat you if you lose. First time I did this, I was like, oh, so this is gonna get rid of all my progress when I lose? That's not cool. It doesn't actually do that, don't worry. And it is not as easy as you think to win. Then again, it's easier than I thought it was right now. This is a really difficult jump though. Come on. Dying on purpose sometimes is a good idea, by the way. To take a short... Ah, that killed me. To take some shortcuts, it's easier to die on purpose because you can bounce back up. I haven't won a race yet, so I don't know what you get, but I imagine you get a pretty powerful weapon. That did heal me up with my HP though, didn't it? I think it did. Definitely did. So I can explore further now easily. So that's a good reason to do a race anyway, because if you die, you don't really die. If that makes any sense. Let's say, you see you can put down turrets like this to save yourself some... Shit. Save yourself some trouble. Where am I? Shit. I can't see much in this area, and that's not good. Fuck, there's a lot of them. Also, there's only 2 turrets per stage. Can't do more than 2 turrets. At least not yet. Maybe later on you get that ability to place more than 2 turrets. Alright, these enemies are starting to get a little too powerful for my liking. Thank you. Maybe we should go back to base and show you some weapons and armor stuff, because I have gotten quite a lot of material, so I can buy some other stuff, and I've gotten some loot as well. Giant fortress, I won't say, it's forest. Level 7. Fuck it, let's just try one more stage and then go back. Maybe I shouldn't have tried one more stage, because I think I'm definitely gonna die here now. I didn't lose that much. I mean, I lost all the loot items, but as far as crystals go, didn't lose that much. I was a little overwhelmed by the amount of enemies that were on screen suddenly. So let's go down here and buy some new shit. Show you guys that kind of stuff. As you can tell, I am kind of a fan of this game so far. First and foremost, going to the changing room, I think it's called, and buy some new armor. Unlock. My mouse is a little bit fucked up, so I have to do this with my mouse rather than my controller. Let's say this is 200. I don't have enough so that's why you need to scrap metal and the eyeballs and stuff for, to make the items. I didn't know that quite yet. So I can't make more new armor, which sucks. But maybe I can make a new weapon, which would be just as good, really. So you might be able to tell that I kind of like this game. Let's say... Can't make that either. Can't make any of this. So just gonna have to grind out a little bit more items. That's the reason why I shouldn't have gone into the next stage, because I would have had enough items to upgrade some stuff. If I just went back, I didn't, because I was stubborn, like I always am. I was like, oh, I can definitely take this. I only took half health. I'll take a little bit less than half health in a more difficult stage. Let's try that again. Does it put me in levels it puts you at the beginning? So I imagine there's like 10 levels every stage. And then you have to complete them all to get to the next stage. And when you die or you forfeit halfway through a map, you just get sent back to the beginning when you return. That's what I imagine the case is. I am not entirely sure, of course. Maybe I should have put a little bit more time into this game, because it seemed, I'm gonna be honest, first time booting this up, the game kind of seemed like a easy Flash type game. Now that I'm playing it more, it actually has more to it than that. Quite a bit more, actually. So that's a really, really good thing. And especially, wait for it. Now I remember what I was going to say. Especially since you might think, okay, so what is this? It's like a Flash game. It looks very indie. So, but it has some depth to it. So it's probably gonna be somewhere between 15 and 20 bucks. And it's totally worth it. 20 bucks, be a hard sell, but 15 bucks I'd buy this immediately. It is 12. 12 euros at least. Why can't I fire? Thank you. Oh, because I leveled up. Leveling up was never so bad. As you can see, I do have more HP now. I think I also deal more damage. This is starting to get scary already. So yeah, 12 bucks for a game like this is nothing to be mad at, honestly. It's a pretty good price. And for that price, I'd definitely just pick this up. I mean, if it's on a sale, there's no question whether or not you should pick this up, because you should. But even without it being on sale, just a full price, 12 bucks. It's a really good argument to be made to just buy this game. I mean, there's a link down in the description if you want to go get the game. I would definitely encourage most people to get this game. Okay, so now I won't be stupid and I will retreat. Confirm. I've gotten some items, so let's see. I probably can't make anything yet, so I'm gonna go back into the forest and do another round. I don't know what that just said. I didn't pay attention. So really, original story, it's a good game. That's all I can say. It's worth the money. It's a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to be playing more of this, which a lot of the times when I do a Spotlight video, after I do the video, I just export it and generally don't really touch the game again. There's only 1 or 2 games so far that I have revisited in my own time, and this is gonna be in that list, and that says something, because I usually don't even like this genre of games too much, but this just looked so interesting and so fun to me, and now that I'm playing it, it is. It genuinely is interesting and fun to play. The combat feels like combat. I don't know how to explain it much better than that. The guns don't have the amount of feedback they should always have, I feel. But, I don't know, in the style of the game it just kind of works. Doesn't feel natural always, but it feels good, if that makes any sense. There's a difference. I have had this discussion with many people, specifically when it comes to film, but in games this also counts. There's a difference between realistic and believable. And a good film, or a good game in this case, doesn't have to be realistic as long as it's believable. And that's definitely what this is. It's by far nowhere near realism, but it's believable. It feels good. Even though it doesn't always make a lot of sense. Because I don't know, I just don't know exactly how to explain it. Also, when I stand here, I open up that bag and it gets me some extra metal. It just feels right, and that's everything you need to know. If you're going into this expecting a shoot 'em up, like a very good simulator, I don't know what the fuck is up with you. Why do you even think that this will be anywhere like near close that? But you're not gonna get that, of course. If you just want to have a good time with... I think a good way to say what this game is the philosophy and feeling of a Flash game. The ones we all played as kids. But well executed and just it runs well. And it has more depth. So it's a good Flash game. And not just it's a good Flash game like, oh, I like this tower defense game. It's actually a good game which feels like a Flash game, which I don't think I have seen too many of those. As a matter of fact, I think I can count all of the... not even Flash games, but games that feel like Flash games. On one hand. The Binding of Isaac definitely is one of them. This would also be one. Mind you, I want to make sure you understand that this is not actually a Flash... oh, I'm low on ammo, that's not fun. I want to make sure that you guys understand that I am comparing this to a Flash game. It is not actually a Flash game. At least not as far as I'm aware. And I feel like I would definitely be aware if this was a Flash game. Because this surpasses everything that any Flash game ever has done, I think. But it still does capture the same feeling, which I applaud it for. Because that is definitely not an easy task to do. And I leveled up again. I gained 2 levels in this video, so leveling up it does go rather quickly. At least in the beginning it does, like it always does. But I don't know if this game is long and deep enough. We've got another opportunity at a race. Let's do it. Can I just start racing? No, I can't. Okay, so apparently this race dialogue every time is the exact same fucking thing. Which, that annoys me. Because after reading this one time, I should have just gotten an option to skip the dialogue because I don't want to mess through the dialogue every single time. Let's try and win this race to find out what we can, well, win with it. Okay, that was a really bad start. So it does have platforming element as well, which, looking at this game, I did expect some more platforming from it, and these races definitely give you the platforming I desired, at least. I mean, I'm not saying everybody's going to desire this platforming, not at all. But since I'm more of a platforming player than a shooter player, especially these like shoot 'em up type of games, I'm happy to see some actually rather good platforming in this game. And I also won the race, so now give me a really powerful, like, laser gun or something. Can't believe it. Eating you is the only way to hold up my reputation. What? Oh, and then you have to fight him. That's not good, because I don't think... I'm strong. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, he's weak. Monster got obtained, which is... probably something you need for the like more higher end weapons, I would imagine. I won the race, which rewarded me with a boss fight, which rewarded me with an item. Let's explore a little further because I think I can take on one more challenge here before I start getting into some trouble. This seems like it would be trouble though. Those are not bubbles for collecting, those are... yeah, I'm definitely gonna die here, probably. Okay, back to the platforming talk. To dodge these things, you need some really good jumping skills as well. Which I don't have, apparently. Shit. Why is he not getting damaged at all? I don't have ammo on either. Okay, so when you run out of ammo, you get a stick to hit things with. Until something dies and gives you ammo, I suppose? Yeah, I died. That's too bad. I got some levels though, and some money. And I got my ammo back. So that is Original Story on Steam for, as I said, $12, at least €12 in the European zones. Usually the dollars and euros are the same pricing, which is ridiculous because they're not the same fucking currency. Anyway, link down below in the description if you want to pick this up, which I highly encourage you to do because it's a fun game. Until the next time, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed this video, which hopefully you have. I will see you all the next time. Bye!